All right, and we're live. Awesome. Hey, everybody. I want to thank you all for tuning in, whether you watch the video now or later. I'm here with Alison Stroming, dancer with Dance Theater of Harlem and many other places and a whole history of dance. But she's going to start by just sharing her dance story with us.
Sure. Well, I started when I was two, and my mom just put me into dance because my two older brothers were dancers. So,
Oh, awesome.
yeah, she just put me in just to see if I would like it. And I started with jazz, tap, ballet, and did a lot of like dance competitions growing up, like Star Power and all those things.
Mm,
And then when I was 8, my ballet teacher at my studio told my mom that Allison should really focus on ballet. So we started doing privates, and my mom took me to see the Nutcracker with New York City Ballet Lincoln Center, and that's when I was like hooked, and it's like I
mm,
wanted to be a ballerina. So I asked her to take me to the audition for the School of American Ballet, and then I got in and
awesome.
start of my ballet training. I spent 3 years there at SAB, and then I switched over to the JKO School at American Ballet Theater when I was 13 because they just started a junior division, so I was a part of that. And I continued my training there. Spent 5 years in the school, 1 year in the second company, and then
Awesome.
yeah, got my first job at 17, and I moved to Canada. Spent 2 years there, then went to California,
Yeah.
then back to New York. I've just been all over. um,
Yeah.
and I just finished my 4th year at Dance Theater of Harlem.
Yeah. And will you still be dancing with Dance Theater of Harlem in the next season?
No.
Oh, okay. So I was wrong. Sorry about
Okay.
that. What's the plan now?
I'm actually moving to Los Angeles in 3 weeks.
Awesome.
I'm in New York right now. Um,
Right.
and yeah, we'll see. Just taking a year off, or not off, excuse me, a year and a half freelance.
Cool. That's amazing.
Yep.
That's exciting. You've had a quite a fun journey.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. Some ups and downs.
Definitely. I mean, of course, mostly ups.
Yeah.
That's part of life, just to have, obstacles and learn from them. Oops.
Yeah. Awesome. All right, let's go to some questions. If you, no, I'm going to start with, what did you learn from doing pageants as a teenager?
I well, I competed in my one only pageant when I was 17, and
Okay.
um, it was part of Miss America, the teen program. So
Right.
there was talent involved. So um, that was a lot of fun. But I think one thing that I really took away from the whole experience, because it was a full year of like volunteering and going to appearances and working with charities,
Yeah.
I really just learned to appreciate life more. And just having that experience of, serving my state, New York, and getting to travel and meet children, meet young women, and just I was constantly inspired. So I think I just learned more just about myself, and I definitely matured as a young woman from that experience. Um, and it's definitely something that I never imagined. I always thought pageants was just about, the makeup and the glitz.
Right.
So definitely opened my eyes more, and I have a lot of respect for pageant girls because it's a lot of
Hmm.
preparation. But it was definitely a very positive experience. I think a lot of people don't really understand this side of pageants from, what they see in toddlers and tiaras and stuff. I don't know, but
Right.
it's
Oh,
not
goodness.
all.
Reality TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still remember, like, at nationals, at Miss America's at Standing Teen. It was one of the best weeks of my life. I still remember it 8 years later.
Yeah.
I still am really close friends with some of the girls that I met there. So it's a really incredible experience.
That's awesome. And probably a nice opportunity to expand outside of just being around dancers.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
I always think that,
I
those
walked
experiences
in
can
with
be,
I walked in with just like no idea what I was in for. So I think that's ultimately what really made it even better.
yeah, awesome. That's really cool. Do you feel any pressures, or did you feel any pressures to conform to different body standards based on where you were training or dancing?
No, not really. I mean, growing up, my mom, she definitely made sure that I was eating healthy and staying active and everything. And I guess I was naturally thin. I mean, I'm not like super thin, but um, I don't think I ever felt any pressure.
Yeah,
And then also at American Ballet Theater in the school, well, at least when I was there, they were never, strict about our weight and our diet and stuff. It was a really positive environment. So, of course, you hear things, but that never really happened at the school that I was training at. So I was really lucky.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, I've just always learned how to, or I always knew how to eat healthy, and um, because of my upbringing with my mom, she was definitely very good with my diet. So we
yeah.
can
It always helps to have health conscious parents.
yes.
Pave that way a little bit.
Yeah.
What does your food look like now?
My food,
Yeah,
kind of a mix.
yeah,
I love protein, meat, fish. I love fish.
yeah.
Salmon's like my favorite sushi. I could eat sushi like every day. But when I'm particularly on a heavy dance schedule, I try to stick more to proteins and then like snacking, because you don't really like to dance on a big full stomach. So
Right.
I make sure to pack a lot of snacks during the day, like a lot of fruits and protein bars. And then I really try to get in a good meal for dinner. So a mix of carbs and proteins and veggies. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, just try to keep everything balanced.
Yeah. When you were training earlier, in your early training, were you still living with your mom?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
I was living with my mom till I was 17 when I went to camp.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. That helps too, I
hmm
think.
And then at first, when I was first living on my own, it was like definitely hard. I was like tempted to go get the French fries and everything, but I was just like, I need to just be balanced. And obviously, I have days where I can obviously splurge and
Hmm.
have days and stuff, but um, yeah, I just have to make sure everything's balanced.
Yes. The balance, and that can be part of the challenge too, but
Yeah.
a learning experience for sure.
hmm
Awesome. And how do you stay inspired as a dancer?
Um, well, I think I stay inspired from obviously watching my peers and my colleagues. And then obviously growing up here in New York, there's inspiration everywhere. So
Hmm.
just the energy of New York helps me stay inspired. And then in the studio, I try to keep myself inspired by pushing myself. Um,
Hmm.
and especially when I was with Dance Theater of Harlem, because it's a small company, we do a lot of the same repetitive.
Yeah.
So it was something new and keep it fresh and keep myself going. Um, so you just have to find different ways to challenge yourself, because we're always reaching towards perfection, and
Hmm.
we never reach obviously perfection. So I think that's something that keeps me going too, is how far I can push myself as a dancer.
Yeah. Who are some of your role models?
Some of my role models in dance.
Yeah. Oh
Okay.
yeah. Yeah. Dance
Well,
and life.
in dance, I have to say Tyler Peck. She's incredible.
Yeah.
Um, she's just amazing, and she comes from the same background as me, competition. So I'm like,
Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah. So I love her. She's just incredible. Um, I really like obviously Copeland. She's beautiful. Aisha Ash. She's incredible.
Hmm.
Um, I have yet to see her dance in person, but Natalia Osipova, just love her
Mm-hmm.
energy. Um,
Absolutely.
Maria Kochakova, she's just hands down.
Yeah.
Um, Wendy Whalen, she's also
Mm-hmm.
sweet. I love humble dancers, and she's
Yeah,
one of the most humble people I've ever met. So,
absolutely.
um, yeah, I have a handful of people I look up to. um, and my brother used to be a tap dancer, but now he's like a producer and on the other side of dance. So
Awesome.
he's really a great role model to me because he started this whole business from nothing. So, yeah.
Yeah. Is he based in New York as well?
Nope, he's based in LA.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Do you have a lot of family in LA?
Yep. Well, my mom lives there now, and my I have
Oh,
two
cool.
brothers, and they live there too, because they're all part of his business.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That'll be nice for you.
Yep.
And how do you cross train for dance?
Cross train for dance. Well, again, it depends on my schedule.
Mm-hmm.
I am not. I really don't like the gym, but I have to go.
Yeah.
And especially if I have like a tough performance or a tour coming up, then I would really definitely make sure to go to the gym like 3 or 4 times a week and just at least even do like a half hour of cardio,
Hmm.
heart rate up. So I like to do a switch between treadmill and elliptical. Um, and then I also really like Pilates and yoga. I was going to a studio here in New York, but it was hard of touring and stuff. So now I just try to
Hmm.
have like a day off. Um, and I love Pilates. I love core power yoga.
Yeah.
Have it. It's good, but it's like hot yoga slash Pilates. It's really hard, but it's a really good workout.
I've been
um,
meaning to try core power. You might
it's
have
really
inspired me.
I It's really hard, but
Yeah,
you like feel the difference after one class. Like
that's awesome.
I highly recommend it.
Very
um,
cool.
yeah, and now that I'm moving to LA, I'm really excited to start hiking more, and I just feel like in LA there's more activities to do, obviously, outdoor
Yeah.
stuff. So that's one thing I'm really looking forward to in
And
LA.
year round, you get to do those things
Yeah.
outdoors. That's nice. I'm a New Yorker too, so I understand the struggle there. It's a challenge.
Yeah.
What do you snack on? What are some of your go-to snacks throughout the day if you have like a lot of rehearsals? So you said proteins. Is there anything like
Mhm.
specific you go to?
I really like almonds and
Nice.
a mix of nuts, but my if I had to pick one nut, I would have to say almonds. And I really like the flavored ones, like there's the wasabi
Mm,
honey one. I also really like pistachios; they're just really expensive. Um,
yeah.
and I really like RX bars.
Mm-hmm. Good
Um,
stuff.
yeah, I don't think I have any, but I like how they like just list the ingredients on the front of the package, and it's just so clean and um, yeah, those are a great protein bar. Bananas. I really like bananas. And apples with peanut butter. I love peanut butter. So
Yeah,
I also travel with peanut butter in my suitcase. So,
that's awesome.
yeah. Um,
Necessity.
yeah. Brown rice cakes.
Mm-hmm.
Again with peanut butter, and an extra little bonus. And I also really like those little like hummus packets, like hummus
Mm-hmm.
pretzels or something.
Yeah.
Pretzels, they're really good. So I have a variety of snacks.
Yeah, all really good options,
Thank
though, you know, very good choices.
you.
And that was part of, yes, that was part of, I was looking at your YouTube and you have done a couple of the like what I eat in a days. And I was like, oh, good. She actually has really good examples and she's fueling herself well. And, even top dancers sometimes make questionable food choices. I'm not saying no one should splurge. Splurging is
Mhm.
obviously okay,
Mhm.
but fueling
I
yourself
mean,
well makes such a
would
difference.
rather have I'd much rather have like Reese's, but I can't.
Right. You're staying aware of how that's going to impact your dancing, which is good.
Yes.
I love it. If you could say something to your younger self, what would you say? Any advice that you would give to your younger self?
Uh, I would say to my younger self, I would definitely say stop wasting time and comparing yourself to others because I did that all the time,
Hmm.
especially at American Ballet Theater, because well, everyone was so good in my class and
Yeah.
everyone had legs to there and the feet, and as much as I stretched, I can't do it.
Yeah.
I was more of like the turner and the jumper in the class, so it was definitely hard for me to just not compare myself to others. And I was also really hard on myself. I still am, but I was like really hard on myself in ABT, and like sometimes I would just beat myself down and I would just cry and like I don't want to do this anymore. So I wish that I was definitely just easier and take it one step at a time and be patient. I got frustrated really easily.
Yeah.
So a lot of things that I would tell my younger self.
But the comparison one is big, I think.
Yeah, I think especially nowadays with like social media and everything, it's so easy to get caught up in comparing yourself to everything we see now.
Right.
So I think it's a really good reminder to just step back and remember who you are.
Hmm. And does that impact the way that you teach or mentor younger dancers?
Um, mm, yeah, in a way. As a mentor, I try to also be an example. Um, and I think using my platform and what I've been through, I try to just pass that on and I don't know, hopefully inspire girls just to be themselves.
Yeah.
I went through that and I don't necessarily look like every other dancer out there. So
Hmm.
I think I try to um, be impactful through mentoring and yeah, just someone these girls can look up to. So
I think you're doing a great job.
thank you.
On a good track for sure. Let's see. Has modeling had any impact on your body image?
No, I mean, I've always wanted to like when I was little, I wanted to be a model, but I
Yeah.
wasn't I wasn't growing, so I was like, that's not gonna happen. um, yeah, I mean, obviously, I knew that my height was always a factor, but that's just something.
Hmm.
Um, but and when I do go into like castings and stuff, I'm always scared because I'm like, I'm not the 6'1" tall thin model, but
Right.
I just feel like sometimes like my body has just helped me stand out, I guess, in a positive way because I'm just normal, you know,
Hmm.
it's me. um,
Right.
so yeah, it hasn't really been a factor, or at least in my obviously I faced rejection, but I won't let it get to me. So
That's the important thing, right?
yeah.
Keep moving forward no matter what. So we have some questions from Instagram that I
Okay.
wanted to ask. Uh, how was moving away from home for you?
Well, luckily, when I first moved away from home, my mom came with me for a few weeks, I think about like 4 or 5 weeks, almost a month, uh,
Yeah.
and to help me move. Also, I'm the baby of her kids, so she was like, "Oh, my last one is out of the house now." So,
Yeah.
but she helped me. And where I lived in Canada, in Calgary, it was pretty American, like, and everyone spoke English. And
Hmm.
Canada is very much like America, so it wasn't like a huge like shock, like a culture shock. So that was nice. And I was really lucky in Alberta Ballet, which is where I was. Um, the group of dancers were super nice, and
Hmm.
I made instant friends. So it was, of course, I got homesick and stuff, which is normal. But it wasn't as bad as I thought, just because I had a supportive family and friends. So I lucked out.
Yeah. It's always a transition,
Yeah.
but it sounds like you did okay with it. And we kind of talked about this one. This question was again about negative, if you've ever gotten any criticism about your body, but I'll just frame it and we can talk again about how do you just maintain positive body image as you're going through all the different things that you're working towards.
Well, I think when it comes to having a positive body image, it's more really just taking care of yourself. Like, I always put myself first. If there's anything that I'm ever uncomfortable doing, I won't do it. And so my health is my priority, and that's how I've always been. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, yeah, and trying to be as comfortable in my skin as possible. So, and loving myself.
Yes.
So yeah, I think that's just always been. Sorry, my let me grab my phone charger. But my phone. But yeah, I think self-love is really the most important thing when it comes to positive body image. Excuse me.
Yeah. No, I always say that too. And like, it helps that it sounds like you are mindful of taking care of yourself, because I really think that self care leads to self love, and self love is the whole positive body image thing. Um, so that's great. Do you feel like that was something that you learned growing up, or is it just your
Um,
mindset?
I don't remember. I feel like it's just how I've always been. So,
Yeah.
um, again, like my mom was never like strict, or my teachers were never strict. So, that helped definitely like keep everything in check. Um, And yeah, I think I was always surrounded by positive people and good friends and stuff. So yeah, I think I just always had that mindset.
Yeah. That's awesome. How do you pick yourself up when you're feeling down?
uh, well, when I get upset or even frustrated, it's important for me to just kind of step back and step away from the situation. Like even if it's a particular step in dance class that I'm having trouble with, if I just like take a breather and go get some water and just go to the corner and just be by myself for a few moments, then
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of how I just relax and release all of that stress and anxiety. Um, and yeah, I've always gone to either my mom or my friends or people that support me if I ever had a really big problem. So
Yeah,
surrounding myself with positivity is definitely a help too.
definitely. Love it. Any tips for aspiring dancers who are encountering obstacles?
Yeah, I'd say whenever there's an obstacle, you need to find a way to push and get through it because I know it's gonna be hard and difficult, but once you achieve um, your goal or work through the obstacle, the feeling of accomplishment, it's so rewarding and it makes you feel so much stronger. And that's how you grow as a person. So I see a lot of dancers tend to hold back when
Mm-hmm.
something is bothering them or they're struggling. And it's those moments where you have to keep pushing even like 100 times more and just do it. Um, because in the end, like, you're just going to grow that much as an artist. um,
Yeah,
yeah, either like depending on the situation, but um, like I said, it's always great to either talk to someone that you trust, whether it be your teacher or your family or someone, because any obstacle, you can get through it. It's more just having that mindset to keep going.
yeah. I'm so glad that you said talk to people in your life,
Hmm.
because I do find a lot of times with the dancers that I work with, we can be internalizers
Yeah.
because, dance is not a spoken art. So
I
we
was
get,
'cause
yeah,
I was really really shy, um, and like I remember my teacher at American Ballet Theater. His name's Franco De Vita. He's this really loud Italian guy. Love him.
yeah.
All right, French guy. Um, and he was like really hard on us, but it was like out of tough love. He just wanted the best for us, and so and I also really trusted him. So whenever
Hmm.
I always knew that I could go to him. So if you could find someone like that in your life, it helps tremendously.
Yeah, and it's helpful, I think, in training too, when you have a teacher or somebody who's there and knows what you're going through from that perspective
Mhm,
to help.
for sure.
Awesome. Awesome. Let's see. Oh, you have a leotard line coming out, huh?
I do.
How exciting is that?
It's exciting. It's a lot of work. And I'm really excited that I can focus on that more now. Um, and the manufacturer is in LA, so
Awesome.
it'll be more obviously convenient to do meetings and stuff. But yeah, I just feel like I'm trying to figure out. I'm also very indecisive, so I'm just like constantly like changing. My brain is all over the place, so I'm always changing my ideas and have new ideas and figuring out what I want to name it still. Like I'm just so
Hmm.
all over the place. I'm just trying to figure out how to make my line unique because I told my mom to be quiet. There's there's so many lines now and so many dancers starting lines,
Right.
but I'm just trying to figure out how to make mine unique. So yeah, but I'm starting off really small with just a few lines and selling them at like dance conventions and stuff. I've been getting really great feedback. So yeah, just starting up small and then we'll see what happens.
Yeah, that's so exciting. What inspired you to do that?
Well, I started 3 years ago. I had a little like collection of this other dancewear line, and I just really liked designing. I was always also the girl in class with like the crazy styles and the mesh and
Yeah,
fun colors. So I was always that dancer, like what is she gonna wear today? um, and so yeah, I had a collection about 3 years ago, and then I branched off. My mom was like, "You can just totally do your own line." And so I was like, "No, I can't." um, so I started with like two leotards, and then I had to put it on hold because my schedule with ballet was just so crazy. So I put
yeah,
it on hold, and then last fall I went back to it, and now I have about 6 pieces. So
that's awesome. Are they available yet, or you're just doing the conventions at this point?
I was just doing the conventions this past year because I went to
Okay.
exclusive and just to see
Yeah,
even if these kids would even like my designs.
right.
So I've been getting good feedback. So I'm honestly like today I was just working on the website. So hopefully within the next 2 weeks I'll have it up.
Oh, that's so exciting. Yeah, something for us to keep our eyes out for. I
Yes.
love it. So where else can we find you online?
Well, I guess my website's the best place for you know, keeping up with my classes. I teach a lot with my
Hmm.
classes because now that I'm freelancing, I'll be doing a lot more galas and traveling, and then Nutcracker season. So I think my website's the best way. Instagram, I'm always updating
Yeah,
everyone who follows me about my life. So
yeah.
and YouTube is like so much work.
Tell me
But
about it.
then now that I have more freedom and availability, I really want to focus on my YouTube channel as well and try to grow that. So yeah, I'd say those are my biggest three platforms to keep following me, I guess.
Awesome. Thank you so much for connecting with me today, Alison. I really love this, and I'm excited to share it with more of the Whole Dancer audience because I know they're going to really enjoy your insights.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in.